Warmly welcome to Exploring Miracles. I am exploring the lessons in A Course in Miracles, and I'm doing my best to reflect on the lessons as I go with the text. We have come to lesson number 96. Salvation comes from my one self. Although you are one self with capital S, you experience yourself as two, as both good and evil, loving and hating, mind and body. This sense of being split into opposites induces feeling of acute and constant conflict and leads to frantic attempts to reconcile the contradictory aspects of this self-perception. You have sought many such solutions, and none of them has worked. The opposites you see in you will never be compatible, but one exists. All right. This is also a long lesson. And as lesson number 95 helped us to be reminded of who we are, what to rely on, the self, the divine self. We are now learning and learning and learning again and unlearning what our home is, where our home is, where is the solid ground. It can seem as the lessons are telling us the same thing all over again and again. And they are. 365 lessons, and many of them seem to be the same. This is because I think we have to unlearn. It is so easy for a human being to think that, oh, now I got it. At least I function that way. Now I got it. And then I forget it. No, I don't. Going here and there. And that's why this again and again and repetition that we are encouraged to practice periods is so crucial. Because every time, every split second, we are open and willing to do slightest bit of repetition and practicing according to the course, we are getting there. We are getting there. So salvation comes from my one self. It's a good reminder. What does the course mean with my one self? In A Course in Miracles, there is a Course in Miracles language. It's a special kind of language, and that's what we have. Quite confusing sometimes, but when we are repeating, we learn what the Course's language means and what the words means in this special context. The Course talks about the small me, the ego. We are familiar with that already. The scarcity, the thought system, the belief system, the reactions, the judgments, all going around in one's head. And a big self, and that is our true, according to the Course, our true self. That's why it is spelled with a capital S. That is the still place, the peaceful place, the love, the divine part of us, the true self. So this is just to get the semantics right. What does salvation mean in here, in this lesson in A Course in Miracles? It means that we are saved from this perception of the world as a terrible place, perception of the outer and inner world as a terrible place full of turmoil and things to react to. We are not denying anything, but we are helped to be oriented towards what is the core in us. And everything is to help us not to feel so small and weak and helpless and a victim of circumstance. What could I more say about this lesson? I will read a little bit more from the text in the lesson. Let's see here if I can find it again. Yeah. It's a bit of a complex lesson, as it is telling us the same thing over and over again, but in kind of, as I see it, different ways. And that can seem, as the paragraphs are sometimes even contradictory, I think. But it's all to make us more, I think, familiar with the words and the importance of seeing what is what, because we are helped out from confusion. I will read some parts, the whole actually, paragraph 5, as I find it as like a key paragraph. Yet mind, apart from spirit, cannot think. It has denied its source of strength and sees itself as, here it comes, helpless, limited, and weak. Dissociated from its function now, it thinks it is alone and separate, attacked by armies, massed against itself and hiding in the body's frail support. There we go. Now must it reconcile unlike with like, for this is what it thinks that it is for. Reconcile unlike with like, for this is what it thinks that it is for. That is kind of a riddle, but here comes a solution. Paragraph 6. Waste no more time on this. Who can resolve senseless conflicts which a dream presents? Here we are given the answer to this conflicting and fragmented life that can be lived, the unpleasant dream that is going on when we think that we are all these thoughts and reflections and reactions. Who can resolve the senseless conflicts which a dream presents? When I read this, I have the answer, no, of course. Who can resolve it's a senseless conflict. Yet, I'm a human being, so I will go into that trap again. I will go into the trap over and over again. But I do have hundreds of practice periods, thousands probably, and hundreds of lessons where I'm taken step by step, again and again, repeating that my struggle is actually not necessary if I'm just willing to see the truth about me. So I'll continue a bit with paragraph 6. What could a resolution mean in truth? What purpose could it serve? What is it for? Salvation cannot make illusions real, nor solve a problem that does not exist. Perhaps you hope it can. Yet, would you have God's plan for the release of his dear son bring pain to him and fail to set him free? I think this paragraph speaks, it puts clarity into the whole lesson. Because of course, if I'm asked if I want, if I would deny his God's own son, you and me, brothers and sisters, the whole humanity, would I say no to salvation for the globe, for humanity, for the universe to be in total harmony? No, of course I don't. I want it to be all peace and happiness and salvation, um, once and for all. Do I do that when I keep falling back in my uh, inside ward, as it sometimes can be? No. So I need to be in this knowing uh, as much as I can. And how do I do that? Well, I do it if I say yes to the practice periods here, and I'm being I have to remember. Uh, I'm being reminded. That was the word I was looking for. I'm being reminded, thanks to A Course in Miracles, the voice of Jesus Christ in A Course in Miracles, that yeah, you will go here back and forth in this, and I'm with you, and I will keep reminding you what your true self is. So I don't have to be saved by the world. There is already a place in me that is whole. And just knowing that is enough. Just be willing to see that and say yes to that is enough. And everything is safe there and everything is solid. So again, I'm not separate. I'm not a victim of circumstance. I'm not a victim of a hostile world. I don't have to control anything, just have to be willing. That's a very, very nice start. We forget all the time, and we are being reminded all the time. That's so wonderful. So I will repeat again what we are reminded of in this lesson. Salvation. Salvation comes from my one self. Even if I don't believe it always, I say it anyhow, because this is taking me to the solid ground. And I'm willing to see this in another way than I used to. Thank you very much for coming by and taking part of this. Thank you.